Katika mkutano wa kimataifa ambao umewaleta pamoja watafiti 70 katika fani ya teknolojia ya kiintelijensia, wataalamu wanataka kuleta mabadiliko ya dhana kuwa Afrika haiwezi kuwa kwenye intelijensia. Akili ya kiteknolojia ni kuhusu mfumo inayoiga akili asili kwa namna fulani. Ni lazima kuwe na mabadiliko kutoka kwa uchapishaji wa kazi ya utafiti hadi uvumbuzi ili kuleta ubora katika bara.
Emphasis has been put on publication rather than, innovations. And then there's this paradigm that publish or perish all. And that has been with the academia all these years. And then your career progression is based on the number of publications that you produce. And sadly, we have realized that the publications that are coming out or that are coming out from African universities are not being converted into innovations to benefit our people.
Kulingana na waandalizi, watafiti wa sasa wa Kiafrika katika ujasusi wa kiteknolojia hawatoshi na kuna haja ya kuziba pengo hilo na angalau watafiti 500.
We have a big gap with respect to highly trained scholars in the area of artificial intelligence and machine learning. And then because of the huge demand in this sector, it is projected that in the next 5 years, really, Africa requires at least 500 new generation of PhD scholars to help drive the sector
that are being developed and brought on the African context. And so that's why it's important that us as Africans can also be involved in building our own artificial intelligence and machine learning systems and technologies, but most importantly also using the technologies on the data that's collected on our continent.
Watafiti wengine wachanga wakiongozwa na Profesa Davin Faa kutoka Chuo Kikuu cha Cape Town nchini Afrika Kusini na Profesa Joyce Nakatumba na Bende wa Chuo Kikuu cha Makerere nchini Uganda wanaunga mkono maoni ya pendekezo la kubuni teknolojia ya Kiafrika kwa Waafrika, wakisema ni wakati wa kuandaa suluhu zinazowiana na mahitaji ya Kiafrika.
So now there's a paradigm shift gradually from publish or perish to patent and prosper. People call it, develop and prosper. But even that one, that's what I've mentioned earlier on, that those who even took the effort to innovate and then develop and patent, their innovations are not being consumed at a rate that will motivate others to also go into that arena.
Kwa miongo kadhaa Afrika imekuwa ikitegemea bidhaa kutoka nchi za magharibi, lakini bara lina utajiri mkubwa wa malighafi.
The central issues that we are really trying to do, especially with the issue of responsible AI, is to raise the question of ethics. And the question of ethics, which relates to values and also moral principles, is something that is related to what we are and who we are as Africans. So one of the first things that we want to do is to push inventors to really think about what makes them African, and also to see technology as part of an ecosystem. So one cannot change technology without thinking about how it affects political systems, how it affects the social systems, how it affects the economic systems, how it affects education. So technology alone is not enough to solve our problems unless we locate it, within this ecosystem of humanity.
We are now in the 4th industrial revolution, where artificial intelligence is one of the very main technologies that are coming up. And as Africa, we need to also embrace the 4th industrial revolution to be able to solve the problems that are currently going on here. And we've seen that there's a lot of data that is being collected and being used. However, the problem that we have is that many of the technologies that are developed outside of Africa and then they are brought to be used here on our continent face a very big challenge that they will not solve the problems that we have because they've probably not been trained on the data that's collected on our context.
Watafiti hao wanakusanyika mjini Mombasa kwa kongamano la wiki moja ili kupanga njia ya kusonga mbele na kuzitaka serikali za Afrika kuharakisha kukumbatia mabadiliko ya kidijitali ili kuchochea ukuaji wa uchumi katika bara Afrika. Nikiripotia runinga ya Ebru, mimi ni Ode Francis.